2018 is a really important year for cryptocurrency as an asset class, right? So as I mentioned earlier, cryptocurrency market is only $200 billion. I think in 2018, we're going to see derivative products come out, and that's going to really increase the overall size, the depth, as well as the maturity of this marketplace. And I think that's really important for long-term sustainability for this asset class, because at 200 billion and with the volatility that we're seeing, it's really not investable for a lot of people. But I think in 2018, especially with Olympus Labs, with the products we're pushing out, we're going to be able to make this a more mature, less volatile market, and we're going to put wealth management products in the hands of average investors as well. Early this year, where everything is just going up like this, where you can invest in an ICO, and all you care about is when can you list, because you know as long as it lists, it will increase by 3 or 5x, and then you take the money out and put it again. I mean, it's really pump and dump, right? And there's no real value behind that. I think I'm glad that those days will come to an end. And so I think going forward for these projects, if you're going to invest in ICOs, right, you need to really do your due diligence. I mean, we're seeing 800 projects come out in the next few months, and most of them are just pure scams or just really crappy projects. Secondly, you also need to look at more medium to long term. I think the days of getting in and getting out in a month or 3 months, I think those days are over. The way I see the evolution of cryptocurrencies is pretty much 3 steps. One, we have Bitcoin, right? And great. Second phase was ICOs, right? And that was another kind of investment opportunity. I think now we're entering the third phase, which is derivatives, and this would be, at least 100 or 1,000 times bigger than the first two combined. So I think we're early days into the golden age of cryptocurrencies.
What Bitcoin strives, especially from the trader's mindset, because there's 2 sides of the coin. Some people are investors, some people love the technology, that's why they invest, but they really don't see Bitcoin as an asset class, but more from a technological perspective. So, but from a trading investor perspective, when there's a lot of volatility in the market, okay, this is where we capitalize, because you can actually long Bitcoin, you actually can short Bitcoin. So both ways for traders or investors, we can basically profit from the Bitcoin directions in both ways. For retail traders, we are just riding the wave. As more consumers will come into the picture, that's where I would say the late buyers will come in to support the price, where the earlier ones like me will profit from it. Using Bitcoin as a day-to-day payment system, I don't think it will happen as a payment system, because fundamentally everyone wants to hold Bitcoin. Okay, people buy to hold, not buy to exchange. That's where other alternative coins will come in to fill the gap of Bitcoin, because it can't fulfill, okay, as a payment method. Bitcoin will eventually evolve just like another commodity traded on exchange.
The blockchain space is still in its early stages. It's where the internet was we compare this to the internet back in the early 90s or something. That's how early we are. And it's hard for people to really visualize until it's something they can see and touch and interact with and use in their daily life. So, for example, when the internet first started, they were talking in HTTP protocols and stuff like that. No one understood, it's too technical. And then it was only when the ecosystem started building, Google came in and built a search engine, and then Cisco came in and built on security, and then you had all this other Facebook for social media, and then you had e-commerce where people could shop online. So that's when the public will really know, oh right, this is how it will add value to my life and help me live better. So right now, blockchain is still very early, so people will only use it as an asset class. It's events like this that help bring together all these creative minds, developers, miners, just crypto enthusiasts, people from traditional finance industries, or people from any industries for that matter, that just want to see how can I apply blockchain technology to my business, because it's not finance centric. You can also apply blockchain technology to KYC, AML, provenance for authenticating luxury goods. It could be making sure that you have all your inventory in your shop accounted for. Yeah, it's actually applicable across all industries.